Guys, we are going to do some drawing lessons, one or two. I'm not really sure for this week, the second week. And so you remember how to prepare your page, so go ahead and turn to the next clean page. Remember that on the bottom right side is your name and the date, whatever that date happens to be that you're doing this, okay? We have going to review. Maybe it's new, maybe it's review, but I really think that you guys like to know how to draw a realistic flag, and some of you have forgotten. So let's go with that one. So somewhere toward the top of your paper, just make kind of a circle. That one's not very circly. That looks better. And then we're just gonna go down, down, making a pole, an imperfect pole. Okay, so from the top, we're going to make an undercurve, goes in that direction, and we're going to grab onto the end of it and bring it around to the left. We're going to curve it backwards. And then from that point, we're going to take it and go forward out longer, okay? And then we do what is called a peekaboo line. We go behind that bump down to our curved line. And then from the front of the bump, we're going to make a line coming down. And from the end, we're going to make another line coming down. This one could be a little bit shorter, okay? And then we're going to come up the flagpole a little bit so that when we join with that line, it's a really strong curve, okay? From this part way up this line, we're going to curve, but it's going to go the opposite direction. I made my flag a little bit too long, which I don't like very much, so I'm going to shorten them because that's not very realistic. Okay, so this is more of a curve up. So when we come, we just come straight down. Okay, curve up, straight down. Alrighty, and you can put those little lines that make it look like it is blowing in the wind. And if you were to do anything on your flag, you would have to know that whatever it is would need to curve in the same direction. Like if this was going to have your name on it, you kind of make guidelines like that. So your name would have to curve along inside of that to look realistic. And then of course a horizon line to give it a foundation, somewhere to stand, okay? So that was kind of review. You can pause. We'll go ahead and do another drawing. If you have room on that page, you can go ahead and use the same page. If you want to turn to the next page, go ahead and turn to the next page and do the same thing. Put your name down there and the date, even if the date is the same, okay? Then I thought what could be a fun one is, it's a pencil, it's called in direction 1. So I'm going to move my chair over here so you can see better. Here I am. And so kind of track with me here. So we're going to, this time, instead of making like a guide dot, we're going to make a guide line. So we're going to start down here, make a line that slants up to the right, from the left up to the right, okay? And then we're going to draw on top of this line, we're going to draw kind of an oval shape. slants a little bit, not totally necessary. And if this is wrong, we'll start over again. Okay, we're going to make a black dot in the center of it. Okay, now this next line is going to be a guideline, so make it really light because you're going to probably erase it. But say going from the center of that dot, kind of aiming toward that line but not touching it. Staying above it but aiming toward it. You're further away than you are there. You're aiming toward it. And then we're going to go to the top of this, and we're going to also aim toward that line. I'm going down too much, so I'm going to try that again. Hey, Mika. Okay. So we're going to go up that direction again. Okay. And then we're going to cap this off with a curve. I'm going to let the dog out. You want outside, Mika? Come on. There you go. Go wake up the world. Whoa. Okie doke. Okay, so why don't somewhere right around here make a curved line connecting the top to the bottom. Go ahead and do another one right after it. And then we're going to make two lines that join one another. Okay? We're going to curve this line and shade that in black. Shade it in with your pencil, and it's curved. Okay? We're going to get rid of this guideline. Ugh. Something's going on out there. Yikes. Jesus, help those people. So you're going that direction, okay? So what you're going to do is we're going to shade this side, and we're going to cut across and shade that. Alrighty. I shouldn't have shaded over my dot, so I'm going to erase it, and when I'm through doing that, I'm going to replace it. Okay? So that is called shading. And then we're going to do some contour lines that are going up in that direction and right up there too. Very uneven. We're going to kind of draw what would be an area there that would remain white. Kind of call it the shiny spot. Just like if you were to do a balloon and you had a little shiny spot and you colored the rest of the balloon. So that's kind of the shiny spot. So you'll fill all of this in. Dark. And you'll leave that empty. Now we're going to make this a little bit more realistic up there. So if you were to sharpen your pencil, it wouldn't be perfect like that. So I'm going to take that out, and we're going to kind of do that business to it, okay? So it wouldn't be perfect, it would be a little bit jaggedy. Okay, and we can fill this in maybe a little darker down toward the bottom. All right, how's that look? That looks like a pencil's laying on a desk, you're looking away from it. So let's cast a shadow the light is coming this direction and the shadow's darker on the pencil side, and then it gets lighter. Notice it's not coming down, it's going at an angle. So your pencil should be easier. You could even use your finger to smudge your pencil. Remember, we've learned that too. Use your finger to smudge the pencil. Not so sure we need a horizon line here. I really don't think we do. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so darker here, lighter as it goes out. Darker there, lighter as it goes out. Okay, you can play with that. Alrighty, I think we have time for one more. I don't know if you want to turn the page. Probably start on another page. We can do a telescope using the same theory or these same techniques, okay? Let's see if we have time for that. So pause, get your new page ready, and then come back. All right, so you're back. You put your name and the date down there. Okay, this one is a telescope and we're doing the same guideline. So just make the same guideline. This time the circle is going to have the guideline on the inside of it. Okay? And then from the top you're going to head toward the guideline but not touch it, just toward the guideline. Okay, we can always erase the guideline later. And then you're going to join that with a curve. Okay, let's go ahead and make another circle in here and we can actually get rid of that. Okay, so your next step is right on this end. We're going to make a curve and we can get rid of that. Okay? Then from the top of that, we're going to come out and we're going to continue to connect the ends with a curved line. Then we'll do the same thing here that we did before, and it's like the telescope is getting larger as you extend it, right? And then you would do the same thing here. Close it with a curved line. I'm just getting rid of my guideline as I go along. And then you do the same thing here. And we'll just finish it off since we've come to the end. Curve. You can get rid of your guideline. You will be erasing yours, I'm sure. And then they have, let me look closely. They have this coming down. Curve it. Come around. And they have a couple like that. Okay, we're going to set it on a pedestal or a tripod. My tripods, let me see the legs. These legs are longer. That leg should have been, well, it's a little wacky. Okay, and then this one would be on this side and it would be shorter also. Okay, so it's kind of sitting like that on a tripod. We definitely need a horizon line. Let's say you're up on some mountainous area and you're looking for the stars, okay? Maybe you see a planet up there or something. Okay, so as far as shadow and shading, Looks like we've run out of time. That sort of a deal. So you could play with that. I think we've run out of time on the video. I do believe. Okay? And then your shading would be underneath. It would be casting a shadow, actually. Would be underneath on the ground. Okay? Shadow, shading. Okay? And that would be your telescope.